Okay, we can talk about how they got the Charlie Kirk guy. They have a suspect. It's Tyler Robinson. He was arrested late last night. And we can talk about how he is a straight white guy from Utah, a Republican family, a Mormon family, a gun family. We could talk about all that. I kind of want to talk about Kash Patel and how he got so lucky.
The arrest is a testament to the dedication of good law enforcement being great and partnerships in law enforcement, which I've tried to highlight as my tenure as the director of the FBI. There is no better relationship for law enforcement than the FBI to partner with state and local authorities, and you've seen it here in these last few days.
Okay, where I feel like Kash Patel got so lucky that they caught this guy within pretty good time, to be honest. 33 hours, I believe it turned out to be. Pretty good. But where I got that he's so lucky that they even got anywhere with this is because the feeling that we got yesterday on where this case was going, it seemed like it wasn't going to get solved because they had the picture, right? But there was nothing else to really go on. And people were trying to get questions. They wouldn't answer anything. And I understand why they're not answering questions because they didn't want to tip their hat on what information they do know. But when asked about, do you think, the person's in Utah or out of Utah, they're just like, we have absolutely no idea. And within 24 hours, you could have gone really, really far. Think about Maggione. He was in another state already, right? Because you could drive pretty far in 24 hours. And, we see Kash up there. He's going, great job, guys. We did it. Good job, everybody. Teamwork. If you guys are not aware of how they even got to Tyler or how they apprehended him, Tyler turned himself in. Okay? And if you guys aren't aware of the details, basically what happened was Tyler came back. He told his father, who used to be a police officer, had a confession session with a priest or a minister, church member, or something of that sort. After thinking about it some more, again, he was a retired police officer. He decided to turn his son in. What part of that is excellent police work? They got lucky that his father was a police officer and, turned his son in.
A father got involved, namely his father, and said, we got to go in. And they understand it. And again, subject to change. But, the facts are the facts. We have the person that we think is the person we're looking for. But they drove into the police headquarters, and he's there now.
Okay, so he turned himself in. They didn't catch him. Again, subject to change as we get more information. But if you guys are not aware of what happened yesterday with Kash, there was a press conference that was done yesterday. That's where they released all the new footage and, the footage of the guy running off the roof and jumping down and, running off to the side into the field. And the additional pictures. That was supposed to get done earlier. They were supposed to do that press conference and release that footage earlier so it can circulate and get around. Maybe someone else saw something and can report something. That was supposed to get done hours before that press conference actually happened. What happened was they were waiting for Kash Patel to fly there before they could do it so he can be at the press conference. And if you watch that press conference, he might as well have not been there because he didn't say anything. And then, Maybe he said something afterwards. I mean, behind the scenes, who knows? But I'm just saying, all that could have been done remotely. He didn't have to be there for that, you know. So that it seemed like he was getting in the way. I don't know. You know, and then there was what footage of him, Cash, going over the crime scene and whatnot. I don't understand the purpose of him going over the crime scene when he is not a detective, an investigator, have any training of any sort. Um, I believe he was a podcaster before. Yeah, someone can correct me on the history of Cash, but that's what it seemed like. And I'm not the only one that felt this way about Cash yesterday. Okay, Steve Bannon said something very similar.
Give some details and take some questions from the media. I don't know why Cash flew out there, thousands of miles to give us, hey, working partnerships and our great partnership in Utah.
Overall, I'm glad they caught the guy. Let me know what you guys think about that. I mean, this whole situation and all. Are you surprised about his profile though? Because the day prior, there was all kinds of speculation on what kind of person this is, and it turned out to be a straight white guy from a Mormon family,